Okay, so let's go to index.js, right? In index.js, we'll find the submit, our calculate button. Okay, calculate BTN. Okay, so we'll find the calculate BTN, and what is the process to get it? Document dot get element by ID, and let me remove this one. And what is my ID? It's calculate BTN. Okay, and now to this button I'm going to add an event listener. Calculate button dot add event listener. On click, it should give me a function. I'll give a callback function, and let's log click just to be sure it's working or not. Okay, yeah, so it's working. But now whenever I click on it, I need to calculate everything. So I'll create a function. What the function should be? Calculate tax. This should be the function. Okay, so currently I'll write calculate tax. I need to write the function here. Function calculate tax. No input parameters is needed. Right. Now, so what I am thinking is I'll get all these standard deductions from here. So the reason I provided this class here, so by using class, at once I can get all these elements and I can extract its value, right? But we don't have, we also have the ID, right? Like for example, now the ATC is 50. So user cannot add alphabets here, right? Because we have a type of number, but user can add like 7 lakhs here. Okay, this he can write. So we need to validate it as well. So we will do that here itself. So let's start. So I'll create a const deduction elements. Okay, then deduction elements is document dot get documents dot query selector all. I need the all, and it will be dot deductions. Okay, so I need everything from this class now. Just to make sure, let's print it out. Log deduction element. Okay, save it, click on calculate. See, I'm getting a node list, but here is the thing, this is a node list, this is not an array. So currently I can't iterate over it. So let's convert it into an array. So to convert into an array, we have array dot what is this from. Okay. So from this, now let's click on calculate. Yeah, so now we have the arrays here, array of all our elements. Now if we need a value, we can write value here, right? Dot value. So okay, undefined is not iterable. Why it's undefined? Not sure what happened here. Okay, so document dot query selector dot all. Ideally it should give the value. But let's see later on why this is happening. Okay, let's keep it this way right now. No, this. Okay. Now for the next part. Okay, so let's fetch the values first, right? To fetch the value, I'm going to write const deductions. Okay. Deductions is equal to deduction element dot map. Let's say element here, and I'll return element dot value. and a log deductions. Click on calculate. Okay, log is not defined, so it's console.log deductions. Okay, so we have 000 here. Let's change this to this 10,000. We have 10,000, but the standard deduction is still not getting here. What is the reason? I think I haven't added the class. Okay, so add the class for standard deduction as well. I need that value. Okay, now we have all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values I have. So here is the thing. If I click on provide element.max, okay, click on calculate, I get the maximum value provided to it, right? In the here, this minimum and maximum. So I'll use this to validate the values. So let's validate. For now, we'll keep it to value. We'll delete this one. So we got the values there. What do we need to do? We'll validate values, right? So we have the array. We have the minimum and maximum values, but we need a way to show the errors, right? So we have also provided the name to the values. So one way we can provide the name is by like iterating over these elements, and wherever it's not matching, we will return a message and we'll store that in an array, and we can use that array to display our error message here, right? So one way we can use arrow functions here, right? So let's use the reduce method of that is provided by the JavaScript. I'll write const errors is equal to deduction elements dot reduce. Okay, so I can go with a for loop here as well, but let's use the things provided by the JavaScript itself. So I have the accumulator and the element and the function, and this key. So those of you who don't know about the reduce function, so what reduce function does is it accepts a callback value and the initial value. Now this initial value is the accumulator. This ACC is known as the accumulator. It's initial value. So whenever we are looping over it, right? So we'll go one by one. Then we are going to return the accumulator, and we'll add everything, like whatever, if you want to do the sum or something like that. So we'll add this to accumulator, and finally we'll return the accumulator. Okay. So you will see when we are doing it. So let's get the max value. The max value is element dot max and const min value, that will be element dot min. Then we have const element name is equal to element dot name, right? And then we should have value, element value. Okay, right? So now it's time to compare. So I haven't provided the max value to everyone, right? So I'll check if there is a max value. Okay, and not this and max value is less than or equal to element value, but this will give me a true condition, right? So if max value is less than element value, I need to add an error message. Okay, so I'll add accumulator dot push. Okay, so we'll give string literal value, this value of field name, element name. Let's add field here, field element name, element name is greater than the allowed value of the max value. Okay, max value. Cool. Now we will have similar. Okay, if min value is there, min value. So if there is a min value and element value is less than min value, okay, then I need to push this one, copy this and I'll paste it here. Value of field element name is less than the allowed value of min value. Okay, now finally I'll return the ACC, return accumulator. Alright, now let's check. Currently everything is good. Okay, let's do one thing. We'll write console.log errors. Let's click on calculate. The errors is blank. Okay, let's ATCCB is 50,000. I'll add it 60,000 here. For ATC I'm going to give a larger value. For HRA I'll give a -100 value. Okay, let's calculate. So yeah, we have 3 error message. Value of field, oh, this name. Okay, so it's the name, not namespace URI. Let's see again. ATC, I need this a larger value. Calculated. Okay, no, nothing. Why? There should be an error message, right? Yeah, so now we have it. Value of ATC is greater than the allowed value. NPS employer, let's say I left -10,000. Then value of NPS employer is less than the allowed value of 0. Okay, cool. So we have these values. I think for error we are good, but we need to render the error as well. For that, we'll let's say what do we do? Shall we? Let's render the error messages. Okay, render error message. Okay, and if I have the error message, errors dot length is greater than 0, then what I need to do is I don't need to calculate anything. I'll return, simply return it. Okay, so I'll provide a space holder here. Render error message. Yeah, I need to pass the errors, right? Without passing the errors I can't do anything. Errors, and I need to add a function here. Okay, so I'll add complete this, not this. Alright, so we have this one. I forgot one thing. For annual salary, if I provide 0 and I have all these value, then it's not going to work, right? Now I need to add 2 things. So let's provide the deductions at this point. Okay, and add const sum of deductions. Let's keep it this way for now. I thought about, like, if the annual salary is less than this, then I should give an error message, but for now I don't think it's required, but we'll see later on. So for now I'll take the annual salary is equal to document dot get element by ID. What ID I have it provided to the salary value is the salary. Okay, it's the salary dot value. Okay, if the annual salary less than equal to 0, I'll do errors dot push annual salary should be greater than 0. Okay, let's calculate this. Nothing is happening. Okay, I need to print errors, right? So let's do one thing. Console.log is now calculate. Yeah, so annual salary should be greater than 0. Okay, so if annual salary is greater than is 0 right now, and if we are returning this value, so every time we are going to test, we need to provide some value. So let's do one thing. In place of salary, the value is 0, right? So I'll add a random value. Let's say 12 lakhs. Okay, it's 1 lakh 10,000. It's 12 lakhs. Okay. Now if I calculate it, I don't get any error. Okay, that's good. Okay. So next, let's move on to the calculation of deductions. Okay, how we need to do it. So we have the deduction values. Okay, we name it deduction values. We have the element dot value. Previously we saw that it's giving us value, right? So we have the value now. Okay, so let's write a function to find the old tax. Okay, old. What do we need to add? Old tax. Okay, let's get the value here. Const old tax regime. I hope the spelling is correct. If not, please forgive me. So let's create a function old tax calculator and provide it with salary. What else do we need to add? Salary of annual salary. I'll pass the deductions, right? So the deduction values is deduction values. Or else I can keep it this way as well. So ES6 syntax will take care of it. And I'll provide a new tax. So let's write this one here itself. Const new tax regime. What is the spelling? Okay, is equal to a new tax calculator. Okay, so in a new tax calculator we don't have any kind of deduction, so we'll just provide the salary for it. Okay, after we will get the old and new tax, we'll compare it. So let's add another function, render results. Okay, so we'll provide it with old tax regime and new tax regime. So let's create the placeholder first. Function, what do you see? Old tax regime. We'll destructure the values provided to it. That will be salary and deduction values. Okay. Similarly, we are going to have the function of new tax regime. We will provide it with the salary. Okay, and we will have another function that is the render results. Okay, render results, that will have old tax regime, new tax regime. For now we'll console log. Okay, and log it old tax regime and new tax regime. Okay, there is some error. What is the error? here it is. I haven't added function here. Okay, click on calculate. Old tax calculator is not defined at line number 41. Okay, old tax calculator, new tax calculator, and render results. Okay. Now again at line number 41 I am getting this error. Strange, not so strange. Okay, so we are getting undefined from this line. Okay, so till now our function is working fine.